welcome to Arabesque. Today we're at the Rich Mix in East London to watch two feisty women say it how it is in an exclusive, to the point but humorous performance in Razor Sharp. The new material presented for Shubbak aims to cover varied different topics with 3 plays, 2 actresses, 1 producer and 1 director, all strong Arab women. Let's head on inside and see what they have to say.
I want to be the Prime Minister like David Cameron. No Arab kid would say such a thing. Except maybe if he's the son of a dictator who has been in power for about 40 years. And in that specific case, he will have to wait till his dad dies before saying it out loud. Now, take a kid in the Palestinian territories and ask him what he would like to do when he grows up. I want to be a builder. Oh, like Bob the Builder. Oh, so sweet. No, like my uncle Abu Hassan. I want to be rich like him and have 2 iPads, 1 for each of my 4 fingers.
My name is Alia Al-Zougbi and I'm part Lebanese, part Syrian. I'm a theatre maker, so performer, producer and also workshop facilitator. Razor Sharp is a platform for Arab women, actors, directors and myself as a producer. And it's our way of telling our own story. We've heard many stories about Arab women in the UK, but they tend to be from the perspective of either a white man or a white woman. And that's fair, that's valid. It's very important to tell stories about each other and not to feel that we can't tell stories about each other. But we do feel that it's important that we are able to tell our own stories as well and that our voices are valid, because what does tend to happen is that we end up being in plays and in productions that are not necessarily by us and in the way that we would tell a particular story. So this is a platform for us to talk about ourselves, comment on our political situation, comment about our social situation as Arab women of the diaspora, but through humor. So we're using the common language of comedy, and that is quite subversive, because even when Arab women tell their own stories, it's usually in quite a tragic format or potentially in quite a dramatic format, and we wanted to just show the world that we know how to make fun of ourselves, of others, get people to understand our satirical, quirky sense of humor, and and just enjoy, basically.
Wait, hear me out. Someone who looked exactly the same as the president, no one would know the difference. So if something happened...
Are you out of your mind?
It's a good idea. It's worked before.
For Stalin, Saddam, you need a vacation.
I was thinking more Dave.
Dave?
The movie. Kevin Kline, Sigourney Weaver.
Are you yanking my chain?
No, it's a good idea.
You seriously want to suggest this to the president?
Why not?
Because it's crazy. Totally fucking crazy. Do you think no drama Obama is going to want a body double? And even if it was a good idea, his trip is in like 6 weeks. Where are you going to find the time to find someone who looks like him and then train them to move like him and talk like him?
My name is Rasha Shaheen, and there are 3 pieces in the performance today. I'm involved in 2 of them. I'm in a monologue written by Malu, and it's a monologue called Shush, and it's essentially about Syria. Life in Syria, kind of, pre the Arab Spring and then post the Arab Spring. And it's looking at like how, looking at research that she was doing, and then it turns into like her thoughts and ideas of what she would do if she wrote a movie about Syria now. So it's really interesting. And then we're in a play written by Khalil. And we're in a play written by Hannah Khalil. And do you want to talk about the play?
Yeah, it's called Waiting for Barack O. And I think she got her inspiration from Waiting for Godot. And it's about, the first half is about 2 women who are waiting for Obama to turn up, and they work in the White House. And the second part is about 2 women in Palestine, 2 sisters, and they're also waiting for Obama to come to Israel, and they're talking about if he's going to help them or he's not going to help them. So it's although it's talking about some important themes about that, Palestine and Israel and that part of the world, it's also very humorous and kind of light-hearted and, yeah, fun as well. So it's a nice piece to be in.
It's kind of quite bizarre, but I've never really had an opportunity to work with other Arab creatives. Like in Bristol, I was the only Egyptian I ever knew, or only Arab I really knew, who kind of was involved in creative work. And so that was really exciting to work with, you know, Arab actors, Arab performers, and all women. That was like even another bonus. And so, you know, I've been in all-girl bands, and so yeah, you know, so it's a lot of fun, and acting is so much fun, and working with Jaman, I only met her like a week ago, and it's been incredible. Like, I've learned so much just from working with her.
Cry?
For Mazen. Stare at his pictures and cry.
No, not anymore.
Wow, that's cold.
I can't mourn forever.
Clearly.
Hey, I married because I had to. I wasn't given the option of college. Don't you dare judge me.
Relax. I'm not. Anyway, it doesn't matter what Obama said in Cairo. What did he do after? An increase in the money and arms to Israel and no action on the biggest rise in settlement expansion for years.
I know. I live here too.
Sometimes I wonder.
I'm the one who lost my husband to an Israeli bullet.
I know. Rubber. Like that makes a difference.
My name's Hannah Khalil. I am a Palestinian-Irish writer and I'm based in London. And I've written a play called Waiting for Barak O, which is part of tonight's show, which is Razor Sharp. I was asked by the producer at Sandpit Arts, Alia, to write a play for this evening, and I wanted to write something that explored the relationship between Palestine and America. But I didn't want it to be really dry and sort of preachy, so I wanted to sort of make it more sort of interesting, and I wanted there to be some comedy in there and some humour. And so I decided to use to steal the form of Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot. He's an Irish writer, I'm half Irish. I often borrow from Irish writers. And the idea was that I could use the form of Waiting for Godot and use Barack Obama as the kind of cipher through which to explore the relationship between America and Palestine. It sounds quite turgid and boring, but actually there's quite a lot of humour in there. Shubbak is a London festival that's specifically about Arab writers, and to be included in the evening of work that is all about Arab women, so Arab women writers, Arab women director and Arab women actresses is really, really important because there just aren't enough opportunities for Arab women in the arts at all, and it's one of the things that I really, really seek to redress in my work. That's why I try to write great parts for women, Arab women specifically.
I beg your pardon. I assumed you knew who I am, the way you were looking at me. My mistake. Well, I guess not everybody reads the Times. Well, for your information, I am the person of the year 2011. That's right. You've got it. I am the protester. You got it. That's right. You got it.
My name is Amine Beqiri. I'm French-Algerian. I was born and raised in France with Algerian background. I am a scientist. I work at UCL. I do research, and I also write. I mainly write plays or comedies about the Arab world. The Arab world is of course very close to my heart, and I'm quite interested in politics in the Middle East, and so I try to write about it always with humor if I can. So I have written a short skit called The Protester about the Arab world and what's happening right now in the Arab world, but trying to depict the Arab world to a Western audience with humor and in order maybe to tackle stereotypes about Arabs and the Arab world. I feel very honored and privileged to be able to have my voice heard at the Shubbak Festival. It's an amazing festival promoting contemporary Arab culture and the I mean, if you look at the lineup, it's amazing, and I hope everyone will be able to come and see it. And we need more of Shubbak, I guess, to portray and to promote Arab culture and the Arab world.
What do you think it is? Feels like rocks. How are you going to get it down to the stool?
Let's open it. I told you he'd show. Mazen always said, people are fundamentally honest in this world. We mustn't let the occupation make us think badly of everyone. Oh my God.
Shit.
It's wonderful.
Are you joking?
It's brilliant. They'll sell like hotcakes.
There are thousands. You'll never sell them all.
I'm an editor and writer. I've done, since 2000, I've been doing books on the Middle East, visual culture, but also books that show a wide range of work. You know, literature, critical essays, poetry, photography. I have my own sort of theory that it's important to give a wide view of the Middle East, and that way people can understand. Mostly what we're getting from the press is quite, in the US and in Britain, is very narrow. I think it's really hard to write something and to direct it at the same time. I don't know if I'll ever do that again. But last year I directed readings from the book that I'd done, Serious Speaks Art and Culture from the Frontline, with 2 actors, 3 writers, and a band. And I knew that this was stage readings, and the producer, Alia Al-Zogbi, asked me to do it. We had been seeing theater in London that used Arab women's experience, but the plays were not really about Arab women. So we decided that we should do some work with Arab women writers and Arab women actresses, and actually try to give them a platform for the issues that are very important to them. What I think Razor Sharp is, in terms of being part of Shubbak, it's part of a growing Arab feminist movement that's really starting to take off. And I think that recently the movement has been invigorated by the work of Shireen El-Feki, who wrote Sex in the Citadel, and also Mona Al-Tahawi's work, who's the Egyptian activist living in New York. For a group of Arab women who are writers and actresses to work together, I think is all part of this newly emerging feminist movement. I think that the region as it is kind of it's completely in tatters. And now's the time that new voices have to be heard.
So Razor Sharp definitely set out to deliver a message, and it did just that. With 2 very strong performances from some talented actresses and a cast of strong Arab women behind the scenes, the message was definitely loud and clear. Arab women's voices should be heard. We'll see you next time on Arabesque. Take care.